What is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack with my main man, the DFS Patriot. Long day for you, but happy you're joining me to make this video. It is Monday, February 7th, your last day at school for a minute. So, again, happy to have you on here. And how you feeling today?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I mean, I get my son's coming tomorrow, so I get I'm off until the middle of March. Hopefully everything's smooth and healthy on that end. So now I'm excited, and with being home, the luxury of being home is that I can be on video more often.
You can be on video more often. We'll get to see your pretty face, which will be nice. So starting tomorrow, hopefully we'll get into that. In the meantime, it's only 5 games, so no big deal. We're all, or I'll speak for myself since I'm only the one here, excited for you. So, yeah, man, obviously an exciting time. This is your third, so this is not your first rodeo, but still exciting nonetheless, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter which one. I mean, when you hear the first cry, that's all you need to see, and all you need to hear. Then when you see, that's it.
Sweet. So, yeah, man. Well, I can't wait. I hope everything works out. Obviously, that's exciting stuff. So, congrats to you. Congrats to your wife. Congrats to your whole family. Again, hopefully everything works out well tomorrow. I'm sure me and you will be talking, and hopefully you can join us on video. Again, there's only 5 games tonight. Shouldn't take us too long. Before we hop into the hoops, let me shout out our promoters real quick. First off, Jazz Sports. When you sign up and join Jazz Sports, you get a no-risk wager up to $1,000 in your first bet. That's $1K back when your first wager, or if your first wager is graded a loss. Just really can't beat that deal. Promo code is 5-pack. The link will be in the description section. And then Loose Lines. Loose Lines is an affiliate of Jazz Sports. They offer really good lines and odds over there. Reduced juice and a ton of other cool perks. When you sign up over at Loose Lines, you get 50% off your first deposit. So a couple really cool offers or really good offers to check out. I encourage everyone to do so. Promo code for both is 5-pack. And soon I'm going to be talking about another site that I'm going to be working with that I'm excited to be talking about. And it's another affiliate of Jazz Sports, and I'm excited to talk about it. So that will be in the next upcoming weeks. Until then, check out those deals for Loose Lines and Jazz Sports. And we got some NBA to talk over. So let's get it. Hold on, I'm trying to share my screen, but I downloaded a whole new, system for my Mac, and it's not letting me share my screen real quick. So let me just figure this out. Why? All right. So, all right, it should be good to go now. Tell me if my screen is sharing.
Let me see. Yeah, it looks like you are. You got the little logo next to your name.
All right, sweet. So let's talk about these games. First one we got is Toronto at Charlotte. I feel like we just saw this game. That could be wrong, though. As far as the Toronto side goes, it's the same story, man. Their starters play massive minutes. Their bench doesn't. It's a great spot for Charlotte here. So I have some interest in Siakam, Van Vliet, Trent. I mean, they're all in play. Big men crush Charlotte, so Siakam looks good, but they're all in play. Anyone stand out to you?
No, I mean, it's the same thing for me. They're all in play. I mean, obviously, we talk about this. I think we talk about this every time they're on a slate. They consistently, we talk about those first group of guys that play 35 plus, and then everyone below that is under 10 minutes a game. So obviously, if you have the money to get up to Siakam tonight, I have no issues with him. I mean, we know how awful Charlotte is against big. So I mean, why not with an active big who's a very good player in Siakam? Why wouldn't he have a good game tonight?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say you have to lock him in, but I think he looks good. He's playing good ball right now. Charlotte gets torched by big men. I mean, he's got 50 plus in 3 of 4. Big upside in 2 or 3 of 5. Big upside in 2 of those games. 45 DK points in the other game. He looks good here.
Yeah, he's been on a streak, and I mean, there's nothing he has done in the past couple games that he cannot replicate. And I know we keep going to that, but like, there's nothing he has done that cannot be replicated. So I mean, why not?
Agreed. So he's my favorite piece of Toronto, with them all being in play. About Charlotte.
I mean, LaMelo's pricey.
LaMelo's pricey coming up.
He's been productive, but yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. There's probably not much that I get to in regards to the Charlotte side. I mean, Oubre has been fine lately. 53, if you want to put him as a filler piece, I have no issue with it.
One guy I was looking at was Gordon Hayward. Again, they got rolled last game. Minutes were down. I mean, Hayward at 5K is cheap.
Yeah, it is very, very cheap of who he is.
So it's just a price.
We've consistently seen him at yeah, exactly. I was gonna say we've consistently seen him at 6,500 around that range. So 5K, yeah, exactly.
I mean, not like it's a great spot or anything like that, but 5K is 5K. So I think he's wildly in play as like a filler option. Toronto side is in the better spot here. So not a game that's like that appealing, but again, only 5 games. So Toronto does look like one of the better teams. Slate problem is like their main guys are expensive. You don't want any of their cheap guys.
No, God, no.
Miami and Washington. This is an interesting one because Miami's got some injury issues. Strus is playing. Hero's not. Butler's truly questionable. I don't really know what to make of Butler.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just so hard. I mean, this should be an easy game for them. Obviously with Washington having no Beal, but Jimmy's a dog, and I feel like if you can't really pull him off the floor unless he wants to be held off, like it's a legit thing.
Yeah, he's missed a bunch of games this year though, so.
No, yeah, you're right, but I just feel like I don't know. I mean, I don't think they need him this game, to be honest with you.
Probably not. Washington is not playing good ball right now, but I'm kind of with you. It's impossible. I mean, I think Butler plays if he can play, but they probably don't need him this game. It's really hard to talk about Miami without knowing his status. I don't know. I mean, with no Hero, if Butler's out also, I think Bam and Lowry look better, especially Bam. Lowry played 31 minutes last game at 6,600. He's also cheap. If Butler's out, Lowry looks good. If Butler's in, none of these guys really look good to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other part of that too, with Lowry, if obviously Hero's out, but like, and then on top of that, if Jimmy's out, he looks real, real strong.
Yeah, he's already in play, but if Butler's out, I think he becomes like close to a lock.
Yeah, and the other piece too, I mean, Caleb Martin is also questionable, right?
Oh, yeah. So that matters because if he's out, yeah. Duncan Robinson's cheap.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these cheaper guys that
play.
Right, 3,600 for Duncan Robinson, like against a team that does not defend the 3-ball very well in a face-up matchup. Like I like that for that spot if those three are out.
Yeah, if Butler's out, like with Hero and Martin, then like Strus and Robinson become in play. We'll just have to wait and see on that. It's hard to talk about now.
Yeah.
From the Washington side, they are not in good form right now. Beal's still out. Dinwiddie, they got clapped by Phoenix. He was okay the first game Beal was out. Then he was awesome when no one played him. Then he stunk against Phoenix. I think he's in play here for sure. I mean, if Butler's out, I like him more because I expect this game to be more competitive. I think Dinwiddie and Kuzma in bounce back spots look pretty good here. Honestly, I think they do.
Yeah, man, I don't mind either of them. Again, we're only talking 5 games here, so if this is a 9-gamer, we probably stay away. But
right.
Again, I mean, I think I like Dinwiddie more than Kuzma because I just can't. I mean, I know Kuzma playing better ball, but like at one position eligibility, like 7,400 versus 62. I'm probably taking my chance on the lower of the two. But then again, too, like, you know, I don't know. It's a tough matchup. Miami's good defensively, like, so, you know, it's fine. They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine, and they look better if Butler's out. I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm with you on all that about the matchup and stuff, because, like, ideally I'd rather play Siakam.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, other than that, like, I don't really like Washington. I mean, Harrell's cheap, so he's fine at 4,700 if you want to use a center spot on him. Lacks real upside because it doesn't play a ton of minutes, but in play if nothing else.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
All right, now we get to probably the best real life game of the night, Phoenix at Chicago. As far as the Suns go, they're pretty healthy right now. Kaminsky and Payne are out. Other than that, like, everyone's in. CP3, man, he's pricey. I think I don't know. I don't love Phoenix here. I think that Ayton at 7,200 is probably the guy I'd go to. Oh, he's not playing good big minutes at all.
Yeah, he's not playing a ton. His minutes got cut since he's come back.
Yeah, although they did roll last game. You know, one of these games he's going to play big minutes. 72, I think that's
well. This will be the game if he does.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
5-game slate, I think he's worth looking at, but knowing that it's risky. What about CP3 and Booker for you?
Yeah, so I mean, I think for me, I'm all on the secondary pieces on the Phoenix side. You know, so I like a Bridges in this game. I think it's a good spot for him at 6,100. He's not going to wow you, but for a cash game type play, like, he's been playing good ball lately.
Yeah, I mean, they lost minutes last game because they rolled, and he had been really good in the 3 games before that. I'm with you. I'm not really trying to spend 6,100 on him, but the game log says otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you know, it's one of those things, like, same thing with, I mean, we'll get to him on the other side too, but, like, you know, like the Javonte Greens of the world.
Yeah, I'd rather
just playing, you know.
I'd rather use Hayward at 5K than Bridges at 6,100, but it's close, I guess.
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely close. It's all personal preference and money. You know, what do you have left for money and funds? But no, so I totally get either side of that coin. I think they're very similar players and very similar roles.
For sure. No one on Phoenix, like, stands out to me because they're healthy, they're priced where they should be. Chicago, on the other hand, is kind of like Miami. Levine missed last game. He's questionable tonight. Lonzo's out. Kobe White is questionable. The more guys that are out, the more I like the guys that are in, specifically DeRozan and Vooch. I mean, if Levine is out, it's hard not to like both DeRozan and Vooch.
Yeah, and I think at that point you almost go to a game, you know, kind of like a game stack of this game.
You could easily do that.
Just a personal take on it. Yeah.
You could just use this. I don't think you even have to use the Phoenix side. I mean, You talk about Javonte Green. He's still way too cheap. I get that call. He looks good at 4,200.
Yeah, I mean Javonte Green, like, it's so, like, he's such a no name, but he's so, like, quietly doing the job and role that he's required to do. But I think it's kind of like the whole Bulls team, very similar to the Cavs in that sense. That everyone just plays their role, and everyone's successful in that role because of them playing their own roles.
The Cavs are definitely that team. The Bulls have shown similar characteristics as well. I agree. They're just not healthy.
Right.
If Levine's out, I like DeRozan. I like Vooch. If he's in, I still like DeRozan and Vooch, but certainly not as much. Tsunmu, you know, he's going to play big minutes, especially if those guys are out, but the DFS production is not guaranteed. It is a 5-game slate, so he's in play, but certainly not a priority. And then we talked about Javonte Green. Troy Brown, I think, is a worthy pivot tournament, knowing that you're going to get a lot of games like he did last game where he's going to throw up 10 DK points.
Right, yeah. He's a floor runner.
Yeah, exactly.
Around for a little bit.
especially when he's starting with guys like DeRozan and Vooch, et cetera. I mean, he's just not going to touch the ball that much.
Right. There's no need. I mean, a guy to take if you want to take a flyer on a guy, right? So he got a little bit of run the couple times that Levine's been out. Is Malcolm Hill. Now, like total GPP dart, but he's been playing close to 20 minutes in each of the games that Levine's been out.
Yeah, another guy is Matt Thomas that has played decent minutes. I mean, he played 34 minutes last game.
Yeah.
Shot 2 of 10.
Right. So I mean, either of those two guys, like GPPs, like all they need to do is really get you, 25, and you're looking real pretty at that price tag.
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, if Thomas hits like 5 threes or whatever, he's going to play more minutes too if he's shooting well.
Right. So, yeah, I have no issues in a tournament taking a flyer on those two guys.
Yeah, me neither at all. All right, next we get to an interesting one: Golden State and OKC. What's this line in this game? I mean, if everyone's playing for Golden State, it's got to be pretty damn high.
Right. It's going to be like, what, 13?
Yeah, they're 12.5-point favorites here. Everyone's in, except Draymond. Porter's questionable. I think he returns tonight, so that takes the secondary guys away a little bit. Steph at 10-5. I could see him going berserk here. I mean, there's certainly blowout chance, but 5-game slate. No one on Golden State is like a must for me, but they're in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, again, no must, but the spots are nice.
Yeah, OKC stinks.
Yeah, I mean, they're terrible.
They're awful.
I mean, they have no one either.
They have no one. So, I mean, I definitely want some OKC guys because they're cheap. Golden State should probably blow them out. I can't see myself spending big money on Curry, but I bet most people won't spend big money on Curry. And on a small slate, low ownership, if no one's going to play him because of the blowout, that's intriguing.
Right, exactly. I mean, they're going to be a team who's probably like, they're going to put up a ton of points, but they're not going to get as much ownership as they normally would just because everyone's going to be afraid of that blowout potential.
Mm-hmm. But if they're blown out, I mean, someone's doing well.
Right, exactly.
Unless you just think OKC is that bad, which is certainly possible given who they're running out. I mean, I'll give them a little more credit than that, but Shai is out. Dort, he missed last game. He's questionable. Giddey had a good game last time out. My guy Baisley has been balling. He wasn't amazing last time out. Finally got a nice jump. I don't think he's a lock anymore, but he's definitely in place to a 5,400. All these OKC.
I think he's a solid cash look.
Yeah, definitely a solid cash game. Solid cash game play. Their prices went up a little bit, so like Trey Mann, I think is fine, but not a guy I have to play at 4,900. Diakite, I think he probably looks the best to me at 3,700. I mean, he only played 24 minutes, but still under 4K. I'll take that production all day. He could play more here, especially if this game gets out of hand. I think Diakite is a fine look.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, someone's going to have to be able to match up with Kevon Looney, too. So, I mean, he's really the only guy they have left to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So, see that pretty similarly. Not like, I think he's going to break the slate, but at 3,700 on a slate without a ton of value, he looks pretty good, if nothing else.
Agreed.
All right, sweet. Last but not least, and then we'll build one each. The Knicks at the Jazz. So the Knicks coming off a tough loss. They lost in OT to the Lakers. I kind of think they fall. They're dead here. Like, I think Utah rolls personally. As far as the Knicks themselves go, Kemba's out. They have no D Rose. Burks, he played 30 minutes. He's 4,800. I think he's in play. RJ Barrett coming off a monster game with Kemba out too. I just hate how many minutes he played. I can't go to Barrett at 7K. I'd rather play Kuzma, but Barrett's in play. Randall, I liked him a lot. We talked about it that slate. He balled hard. OT, but still he was awesome in regulation. He's still affordable. I just don't really love the Knicks guys here, except for the cheaper guys. And I put Burks in that crew because he's under 5K. Burks is probably my favorite piece of the Knicks, actually. A little revenge. How about you? Are you with me?
I'm an idiot. I had myself muted.
All right, cool.
Oh
You're back.
I must have hit it with my finger. Oh, yeah. No, I'm here. Yeah, I'm just stupid. No, yeah, what I'm saying, I like the cheaper Knicks guys as well. I'm not going to pay up for them in this spot. You know, I think it's going to be really important to see, too, like, you know, with Burks obviously getting good minutes and everything, you know, who's going to, you know, back him up essentially, you know, with those guys out. So, like, is it a quickly situation?
Might be.
You know, is Grimes going to get more minutes? Like, I think it's important to find out, too.
And I agree with that. It's just not a good spot in Utah either, though. So I'm not like overly worried about that. Utah is a little bit interesting though, because actually a lot bit interesting to me. Gobert is out still. Clarkson is so he went through shoot around. I expect him to play. Ingles is out for the year, and Rudy Gay did not go through shoot around, so I don't expect him to play. Donovan Mitchell, man, like he's cheap, 8,400. They roll Brooklyn. He had 42 in 22 minutes. Like first game back, they didn't need. I like him a lot here. I mean, he's far too cheap for who he is.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Especially with those guys out, too. I mean, it just makes it all much easier.
Exactly. Whiteside, I think, is also in play at 6K. He lost run because of the blowout. They've been involved in a couple blowouts recently. I like Utah here. And like I said, I don't think the Knicks play very well here. I think the Jazz do what they want. Mitchell and Whiteside are two guys I'm looking at hard here. I think the other guys like Conley, Bogdanovich are all in play, but Bogdanovich a little bit pricey for me. And with Clarkson coming back, I like them less. But all of them are in play for me because their rotation's a little bit smaller with Ingles out for the year, Gay and Gobert out. So Mitchell and Whiteside are two guys I like a lot here.
No, I think I'm more in the Mitchell train than I am the Whiteside train. But I mean, I totally see both, you know, both sides of the fence. So I mean, yeah, no issues.
Sweet. All right, let's build a little bit. I'll start us off. So there wasn't like one spot I particularly was like enamored with, but Gordon Hayward looks too cheap for me. So a lot of this is going to depend on the Miami news, you know, what happens there. Right. But I like Donovan Mitchell a lot. I want to put him at shooting guard, though, probably. And also Levine keeps doing that. I like Siakam. I like Whiteside. I like Diakite at value. Put him at util. So now I got 900 left. Go Burks. And then I'll go Mitchell here. So now I got 12-9 left. I mean, I could really go anyone I want here. So at guard. Yeah. I mean, this is where I could go Dinwiddie. I could go freaking Booker even. And then at 4K, just missed Javonte Green. But, I mean, if all those guys are out for Miami, I'd go Strus. I think he's fine. He's playing tonight. And when Butler's out, he's been good. So at 3,900, I'm fine with that. Or take out Booker and go – you like your boy Bridges. So Bridges here, you could go Bridges either position. Line Star likes him a lot too. I'd have no problem going Bogdanovich here in this lineup either, or go Bridges at forward. Well, that's so stupid. And then 68 guard would be Lowry.
Yep, that's it. That's the banger.
So yeah, I mean, there we go, right there. There it is for me. If I'm making one lineup right now, there it is. What you got?
So if I'm building one right now, I'm gonna go Lowry at point guard, Spida at shooting guard,
Who?
Mitchell, Javante Green at small forward, Siakam at power forward, Diakita at center, and then I have Bridges at the forward spot. And that leaves me 59 per. So like, what do I want? So like, if I'm looking like, if I go Dinwiddie, I can go. I don't mind that. Go Dinwiddie at the guard spot. And then I'm gonna go Baisley in my utility spot.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and I have the extra flexibility too, where like with the 200, like, I can go Jordan Clarkson at shooting guard if I wanted to.
100%. And I think
or 6,400. I mean, 6,400. So I could really, I mean, I could go Gary Trent. I could go Clarkson. I could go Io. Like I could go Whiteside if I wanted to move Bridges up to small forward. Like that flexibility Bridges gives you is huge.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of flexibility. I agree, because that helps a lot. You know, always having roster spots open for late news, etc. I'm with you. I like this lineup a lot. Maybe even more than mine. Maybe not though. I think they're both very solid. You know, Hayward is certainly not a must. So dropping down from Hayward to Javante Green helps a little bit. I think that was really the only main difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, again, you know, Javante's just been consistent. That's, you know, especially because I play a combo of cash and GPP, so like I need a little consistency.
Yeah, I'm with that. I get that. I think they both look good. I like both of them for both formats, to be quite honest. But that's all I got. You got anything else for this slate?
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. Always appreciate it. Check out the links in the description section, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.